Hello, and welcome to the Nature Journal Connection. I'm your host, John Muir Laws. Today, we're going to be looking at some techniques to help us pay a little more attention to the wonderful natural clues that come in through our ears and how to translate those onto the pages of our nature journal. If you explore with your ears as you're out adventuring in the natural world, you'll discover so many more secrets and surprises. The way we're going to start is with some deep listening. I'm going to begin by closing my eyes and just scanning the environment around me. I'm going to be listening for human-made sounds. I'm going to be listening for natural sounds, and those can be, perhaps the sounds of falling leaves. Those can be the sounds of birds. And I'm going to try to push out the boundaries of what is the furthest sort of natural moment that I can hear, and what are the sounds that are also coming in from my human environment. As I do this, if I close my eyes, my brain can focus more attention on what comes in through my ears. So I'm going to be closing my eyes. I'm going to straighten my spine. I'm going to relax my body and just breathe quietly for a few breaths, and then begin to listen deeply. As I do, I'm going to hold up my hands, and for each different kind of sound that I hear, I'm going to raise another finger. And I get to decide what qualifies as a different sound. So if I hear a bird over there and I hear a bird over there, if they seem to be the same kind of bird, I may decide that that's sound number one, that's sound number two. It's totally up to you. You could say, that's that same kind of bird. That's going to be just sort of one category of sound. So you're deciding and defining your own sort of categories of sound. And as you sit there, you want to try to catch more and more sounds. Try to catch all the little subtle noises that when you first would sit down, when you first begin to listen, you don't really notice. But the more that you sit quietly and you breathe into a place, I think you're going to find that you start to hear more subtle noises further out that you otherwise would not have experienced. We're going to start that way. Then we're going to look at how we get that information into the pages of our journal. I'm going to give it a try. It's surprising how much we can hear when we truly listen. Now I'm going to take all that information that I heard and start to translate it onto the pages of my nature journal. Doing that will also help me focus and keep track of all those sounds that I'm hearing. The way I'm going to do this is something that we call making a sound map. And the way that I do that is I'm going to, on a piece of paper, I'm going to put myself right in the middle. I can maybe draw an X, or I can draw a little picture of myself sitting there. And then what I'm going to do is, as I listen, I'm going to be adding these sort of shells of sound around me. And I want to start with the one that is the furthest out. What are the most distant sounds that I can hear? And from my location here, the most distant sounds that I've been able to hear are, every once in a while I'm hearing an airplane fly over. And far over in that direction, to my northeast, there's a road out there, and I can hear sometimes some distant cars. Um, and then closer in are more natural sounds. But that airplane was definitely the one that was the furthest out. So what I'm going to do is, if you know north, south, east, west where you are, that is great. I carry a little compass with me. So if you don't, you can just choose, um, you know, the just you put yourself in the middle, and you get to pick what your sort of the four sides of your map are. But I sometimes like to do sort of a north, south, east, west. Um, if I know that on my piece of paper, and over here to my south, that's where I've been hearing airplanes passing over. So what I'm going to do is on my sound map here, I am going to draw a little sort of line, a sort of a thick little line, kind of going like this. I'm going to put an arrow on the end of it because the sound started over there in the west and it went towards the east. The airplanes were going that way. And so I'm going to write airplane. And I'm putting this sound sort of the furthest away from me that I can fit it on my piece of paper. And I might even add in a description of this noise, that it's dull. It's a dull roar. It is low pitched, low dull roar. All right, so there's my airplane flying over, and over in that direction, there's a whoosh. And that's where I am hearing the cars. I'm gonna draw a little cartoon up there. Hey, I can even put in a little airplane here. So those have sort of established some boundaries within which I'm working. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to kind of map out in the boundaries of those most distant noises all the other sounds that I hear. So for instance, right above me and around me there are dry leaves on the trees, and as the wind blows, they're making this high rustle. And so I'm going to draw kind of this shiny mark around me. And I'm going to write leaves. There's no specific mark you're supposed to make for any of these sounds, just like if I sort of feel like I'm in this sort of bubble of leaf rustling. So I put myself in this bubble of leaf rustling. And why did I make it jaggy? Because I felt like it, right? So you get to sort of draw and decorate this acoustic space that you're in a way that feels right for you. So now I've got a bird call coming over here. It's sort of this descending, all right? And that's coming from this direction. So I'm going to put in these little marks here like that. Kia. So I've got these little marks, here. So I'm putting in little marks for this sound that I hear. What's another sound that I hear? I just heard from this direction a little sound that was like, and I'm going to make a little wobbly mark. And those were a little bit closer than the Kia one. And I'm going to call that the wobbly. I think it is a vocalization of a robin. Oh, I just heard some other robin calls with it. Yes. So I'm going to put those robins. If I know the name of the bird, I can write the name of the bird in, if I've trained myself perhaps to identify a few of the bird sounds in my area. Otherwise, I'm just going to make up my own little symbols and my descriptions for each of these sounds. And I'm going to put them in there. So that was a robin. So I'm going to write robin with it. The Kia bird, I'm not sure which one that is. So I'm just going to leave that as a Kia. And now I'm just going to listen and map in If it is something that is closer to me, I'm going to draw it closer to the me. If it is further away from the me, there's another kia way over there. So there's a distant, I'm going to draw just my couple of kias. So there's kias over there and kias over there. See, I don't know what bird that is, but yeah. And I can put them in on my map, but those were both further away. Now I'm going to listen again. There's my leaves. And over here, there's a sort of a thip, 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 thip. And those are medium distance. I'm going to write thip. So I'm making up my own sounds, my own descriptions for these. So I can draw little symbols. And as this map develops, I'm going to sort of surround myself with all these little sound moments and get those down on my paper. Your nature journaling challenge this week is to create a sound map of an environment that you explore. So start by just centering yourself in that place. Sit quietly, breathe, calm your body, close your eyes, and start to listen. You can count on your fingers all the different sounds that you hear. You might let a gentle smile form on your lips for each new sound that you hear. It's a new discovery that you've made. And then once you think you've really listened deeply to that place, paying attention to what is the furthest that you can hear, what is the closest that you can hear. What are sounds perhaps that you haven't heard before? We're going to start to get that information on our piece of paper. So open up your nature journal. Put yourself in the middle of the page. If you can put your directions on that, do so. But if you don't know what those are, don't worry about that. And then start with the shell of the most distant sounds. What are the most distant sounds that you hear? Map those in around the borders. And then you're going to progressively get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. What are the closest sounds to you? And pay attention to distance, to volume. You get to make your own descriptions for each of those little sound marks on the map. If you know that that's an airplane flying over, I can write airplane and even draw a little line in the direction that it's going. If I know that that's a flicker over there, I can say there's a flicker calling, and here's and I can put that in. But if I don't know perhaps the names of these birds, I can just write kia, 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 and I can put in my own little marks to describe those sounds. This process will help you listen more intensely and start to think about what perhaps are the sound relationships between things in this place. You'll notice new things about places that you've visited many times before when you try a little sound map like this. And it's a wonderful way to further develop your sense of place. And until next time, this is your Nature Journal Connection.
Do do do.